Molly, you in danger, girl.
Hey sister cousins, welcome to my channel. I'm Lady C and I'm here to see if the juice is worth the squeeze. Like and subscribe if you're new and run it down in the comments. Let me know what's real. Now, dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to talk about DDG and Halle Bailey, girl.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so girl, I have somewhere to be in the next 30 minutes. So I'm going to try to wrap this up as quickly as possible.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
I just wanted to touch bases real quick because it was brought to my attention that DDG has had a restraining order filed against him by Halle Bailey. And
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Are we supposed to touch grass like they instructed us to, or are we supposed to care? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's good for you, baby.
You know how you got that kid who didn't turn 18, 21, and they feel like they grown and they're gonna make their decisions however they see fit, and you can shut the fuck up because I'm a grown up now and I don't need you to tell me nothing. That's kind of how they've been moving. You know what I mean? And here we are. I feel like in this particular case, she is what the public would perceive as the perfect victim in comparison to a Keke Palmer, a Tiana Taylor, a Cardi B. So what I mean by that is she has played the game perfectly when it comes to public perception in her public persona. Now, there's something to her because you wonder what makes a person who is perceived to be like a soft-spoken, innocent, person or young lady, what would make them so attracted to someone like a DDG? Now, DDG has not been in the spaces or in the public spaces as some, roughneck thug, His brand is pretty complicated. You understand? Because he does not, okay, so girl, back in the day, okay, girl, I'm really about to tell my age, right? So back in the day when I was coming up, and maybe a little prior to, anybody born in the 80s and 70s perhaps, their group of people, the millennials and the Gen X, the jocks were like the popular kids, right? They were the football players, the basketball players, all of the, the popular kids, right? And then you had the people who were a little nerdy. Then at some point, the tides changed. These are your streamers, your Aiden Rosses, your DDGs, your whoever, what's that man's name? DJ Academics. Those kids are in the front. The guys that are not necessarily the popular kids, they have honed themselves into this space on the internet and have now just made it a way where they've garnered all of these followers, all these subscribers.
That's why you average 100 viewers now. Yeah, I ain't want to go that far. My offline channel get more views than you. I'm a whole different type of. You don't want to beef with me. How big you want to be? Is you beefing with that can really help you? You up.
And that has given them the chip on their shoulder that they feel like they may have lacked back in the day. Now, I'm not saying DDG in particular was like a lame. I think that's more on the DJ Academics or the other guys out there. But him in particular, I just think that he's not like some bad boy. He has the appeal of a bad boy, but he's not quite a bad. He's kind of like a pretty boy almost. You know what I'm saying? And he was in a relationship with Ruby Rose, and I believe what they had was a very toxic relationship.
DDG had flew some, flew a yall or whatever, some little shit out, and put the thing in the trash. So she could dig through his trash and found it. So she come downstairs mad. She grabbed this nigga big ass chain, bro. Yes! Bro, and threw that bitch across the living room. And B-Lou jumping up quick, cause I know every thought that was going through that nigga head at that moment, bro, was Flash. We couldn't waste no time, bro. Point is, if we wasn't there, bro, ain't no telling what that would have turned into.
They had this like toxic thing. And then he gets with innocent, sweet Halle Bailey. And everybody online on the internet wanted her to drop him, okay? They did not want her to have anything to do with DDG. They felt like DDG was toxic. They felt that he was not a good suitor. They felt like, you know what? If you're gonna do it, whatever you do, don't get pregnant, okay? And what did she do? She went on ahead and got pregnant.
Goddamn son of a bitch.
And like I said in my last Jasmine Brown video, when women have to hide a pregnancy, I believe that that is not to just protect your peace. It is out of embarrassment. And it's just as plain as day. Now, mind you, while she was pregnant, she was going off on the public because people was talking. And, you get mad, you have, and I'm not gonna say fans, but you're a celebrity. And I'm not saying that we are entitled as the public into your personal life, but as a celebrity, that comes with a certain microscope that is on you. And so we're already dragging your boyfriend for filth, and then you go off the grid, you have this rollout. He starts talking all this trash. He keeps talking about your career. He makes a song about ruining your career. He does everything. And we kept saying he is jealous of you, girl. He is jealous. And it's almost like when he was with Ruby Rose, he was the bigger celebrity between the two. He's the bigger streamer, and she's kind of like, he can kind of sun her a little bit. But when it comes to Halle, she's the bigger person. And a lot of guys, especially when you're young, and just how men and boys are groomed and socialized to believe that they have to be the main or the bigger one between the two in the relationship. And it's very hard for men like him, like Nick Cannon.
I married in my 20s still, to the biggest star in the world. My trajectory was here, and then hers, she's already in a different stratosphere. And then when you have children, your man shit is like, wait, I'm carrying a purse, the diaper bag, I'm standing on the corner. I'm like, wait, she rocking being all the alpha that
Well, by the way, she deserves it, by the way.
I believe she needs a dude like that.
Yeah.
I'm just not that dude. That's the thing. When someone has their own world and you got to be a participant in that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm main character. I'm not being the dude that God put me on this earth to be.
Like a lot of other people, to be in a relationship or in a partnership with a partner that's much bigger than them. It takes a special type of individual to handle being in that type of relationship. And so when he was with Ruby Rose, like I said, he can play them kind of games. He can act, he's the one with money. He's the money bags between the two. But in this situation, it's like, girl, she don't really need you. And you know this. And therefore, you're doing things to humiliate her, to publicly degrade her, to publicly embarrass her. And she continues to stay with you because, again, when a pick-me believes that the guy is the prize, she will tolerate a certain amount of disrespect, especially when you're triangulated by another woman. You see, he made Ruby Rose a part of their relationship in some form or fashion just because she's the ex. And for some reason, whenever women get into these relationships, they get so mad or feel some type of way about the woman that came before them. And so therefore, there's already some weird tension there. And then the man knows that. And because he feels like he is in the center, he will center himself and have y'all fighting like this. So you're playing internet games. Ruby Rose is playing internet games like, yeah, he still wants me. Halle's trying to keep it quiet, but also doing little underhand stuff, wearing the girl's clothes and, girl, just, You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. And some would argue, okay, they're young, you know, they're trying to figure stuff out, but at what cost? You understand what I'm saying? Those toxic behaviors can lead to more toxic behaviors. It doesn't go backwards. It only keeps going forward and snowballing into something else. And so all of these warnings, all of these things that you ignored all of this time, the only thing that she did do correctly was be quiet about a lot of it. And so now the baby gets here, and you know how kids are. You know, soon as a kid come into the fold, if the father does a few photo shoots and a few videos with the baby, everybody forgets how much hell that boy was on Halle. And so everybody seems to have a complete memory loss of what he was doing prior. And it's only centered around, oh, he's such a good father. He always got his kids, and we need our black men in our kids' life. Not paying attention to, sure, okay, he might be decent to the kids that we know of. That because video footage, photos mean nothing. Okay? How many people have been in marriages, relationships, or even family relationships where your brother, your nephew, whatever, your husband, anytime he has the kids, he's dropping them off down to his mama's house.
Where my baby?
While he go out here and hang out and do what the hell he want to do, right? And so for the world, it's like, oh, he's such a great dad. But behind the scenes, it could be that he barely has his kid. He has his kid sometimes.
Not always, no. Sometimes. That means sometimes.
On this journey to 1,000 subscribers, I just want to say this episode is sponsored by you. Thank you so much for your support and helping me along this journey. Your support keeps me encouraged. It keeps me going. It keeps me wanting to make more content. Hopefully you like what you see. So if you like what you see, girl, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, girl. I won't bite, okay? All right, now let's get back to the show. They broke up in October. And then as soon as they break up, he makes it a public spectacle. She said absolutely nothing. The first time she spoke out was when he had his baby over to Kai Cenat's house doing a live stream, and they was on some BS. And any person in their right mind, whenever you put a child in some form of assumed danger, it doesn't matter if it was a skit. The fact that you did that and used that baby like that, that lets me know, yeah, it's time for me to say something and speak up. She never spoke up until that moment. And people tried to drag her for filth behind it. And it was no reason why they should have dragged her like that. Oh, the baby's fine. He with his daddy. You know what? There's daddies that will put their kids in danger because they don't know what the fuck they doing. I digress. So, you know, they broke up in October. He made it a public thing. They had the little live stream later, a few months or so later. She goes online. She's like, listen, I don't like that. Take my baby, you know, get my baby up out of there. And he calls himself gonna, oh, y'all leave her alone. But see, the only reason why he supported her was because he knows that he was dead wrong for what he did. He knows that he was dead wrong. So, of course, you're gonna try to, you know, make nice and try to appeal to the public like you just on this up and up and, oh, you just such a, so people could be like, oh, he's such a good father. He's not dramatic. All this shit, right? So then, you know, she gets sick. Her and the baby get sick. And now, you know, listen, anytime my kids, anytime they get sick, baby, when I tell you I get it the worst, but the fact that I have to care for them while they're sick and heal myself, listen, I don't want no company. If you ain't dropping no food off to me, I'm going to take the food, thank you for it,
it was real,
and continue healing and getting better. And especially if we're not together, sir, you're not her boyfriend. So it's no reason for you to be in the house with her while they're sick. Or maybe she just don't want anybody around her while she's recovering. And she has that right. That's another thing about people who don't have visitation schedules. Anything goes. And especially with a baby. So it's like, no, there has to be something established. And for her to say that I tried to establish a schedule and he got so angry. And see, the thing about it is, you already been insecure about Halle from the beginning. And the fact that you now no longer have any type of power over her, you have this baby, and that's your only means of connection to her. That's the only thing that you have to have a say-so in her life. And the fact that she's giving you some type of pushback that angers you, and the fact that you want to put your hands on that girl, and the fact that you are policing her body, she has every right to move forward if that's what she chooses to do. You are. You got women on your streams. You're doing things that you want to do. It's been rumors that you were also having extracurricular activities while you two were together. So it's fair game when you're not in a relationship. You understand? Like, and I just find it just so like annoying that there's a group of people, and my girl, like, I love me some Tia Kemp, but girl, sit this one out, please. Like, girl, for her to get up there on her platform and try to victim blame Halle for doing the right thing.
Leave that police ass shit out of the equation, all right? Because my nephew should be able to see his baby and vice versa.
See, that's the thing. When women go and do the proper things, y'all get mad at them for that. When they wait too long to talk about it, you get mad at them for that. There's no winning. There's no winning. You get mad at them for fighting back the Tia Kemps of this world. You know, they deserve to be beat up for some reason, because you feel like, oh, a woman that gets beat up is just supposed to cower and ball up and let you kick and punch them down and do everything else. And they still gonna find a way to make you the villain. And it's just like, oh, girl.
Let me just go in the bush and weep. Let me just go in the bush and weep.
People are really divided, and it should never be a girl, that girl chipped her tooth. Girl, that man put bruises on her in front of the child. Like, no. You are harming the person that is 99.9% responsible for that child, for the care of that child. You are harming that person. Like, y'all, I'm not interested. When I tell you, and then it makes me feel some type of way, because like I said, you told us to mind our goddamn business. You told us to go out here and touch grass. You said, girl, I'm grown. I don't give a damn what y'all saying. Y'all some hating assholes. You some old, bitter bitches. Girl, the way you tried to subtly read us down for filth, it was like, girl, but we was over here looking out for you, girl. Like, wow. So let me just get to this little, real quick, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah, I gotta get out of here. Let's see. So it says, Halle Bailey claims DDG abused and attacked her multiple times and gets a restraining order. Halle Bailey says she's had enough of DDG's alleged abusing her. She's filed a police report, and now she wants court-ordered protection from the father of her child. In docs filed Tuesday in LA, she claims things first got physical in January. They broke up back in October, and Halle says DDG came over to pick up their son, Halo, and she tried to start a convo with the rapper about the child visitation schedule. As she was buckling Halo into the car seat, she claims DDG grew agitated and reportedly said, "Get out of my car, B-word." Halle says the baby was crying and she got nervous about DDG leaving with him in such an agitated state. And I understand why she would, because why would I let some agitated, irritated person drive off with my baby in the back seat? Anything can happen. So that's when they allegedly started wrestling, with DDG pulling her hair, slamming her face on his steering wheel, and chipping her tooth. Halle says she was in pain and crying, and although that stopped the fighting, she was still worried about Halo, so she remained in the car for the ride over to DDG's house, where she told his family what happened. And see, let me tell you something, you mush-mouth ass bitch, mama, okay? Why would you take your ass down to the social media and say anything? You've been quiet this whole time. Shut the fuck up for the rest of the duration until we figure out what the hell is going on with this baby, okay? Because I cannot stand, let me tell you, behind every abusive man is some weird ass woman that thinks that her son can do no wrong. Girl. Oh, I cannot stand you pick me, male identified mammies. Once they told her they take care of the baby, she left hysterical and with bruises on her arms to go along with her chipped tooth. She attached photos of her alleged injuries in her request for a restraining order. She also alleges DDG creeped her out in March when he showed up at her home, entered without permission, went to her bedroom and texted a pic of Halle's empty bed to her, along with the text, "Now I know what you've been on." Let me tell you something else. When the relationship is over, I don't care if y'all are talking, I don't care, hell, if y'all are hunching, if y'all are not in a relationship and you, DDG, have literally gone out of your way to make it plain and clear to the public that you guys are not together, and so for you behind the scenes to be trying to still control this girl, it is disgusting. Okay? It's nasty. Very nasty. But men do this. They have these babies with you as a like a landline. You know what I'm saying? As an extension to make sure that they always have some type of access to you. And they hate it when you actually draw a line in the sand and make it permanent. You know what I mean? Halle says she interpreted the text as DDG accusing her of having intimacy or sex with other people. 4 days later, she claims he exploded when he came back to her house. Halle told him she and the baby were sick and she didn't want Halo to leave home. And she claims that's when he got verbally abusive, smashed her Ring camera, and ran away with Halle's phone. As he drove off, she claims DDG threw the phone out of his window and yelled, "Go get it, B." The incident prompted Halle to go file a police report, and she says she also has Ring footage to back her side of the story. It was also around this time DDG claimed on X he'd been fighting to see Halo for months. And that's another thing. You did all this foolishness. You go online to, once again, you know, I'm not saying, because I don't have no degree to prescribe anything or to say anything about you, but one character trait of a narcissist, and I hate to say it because it makes me cringe, but one character trait is that they say that they run a smear campaign. This man has been running a smear campaign against you forever, from the beginning, from the inception of y'all's relationship. He has been slowly taking little digs, trying to change the public's perception. See, he doesn't like that you have this squeaky clean image. He wanted to figure out how he can change that for you. See, getting Ruby Rose pregnant wouldn't be much of an accomplishment for him. You understand? So he has to get squeaky clean, pristine condition Halle to completely change the public's perception.
Somebody said, Halle not motherfucking evil? Okay, stupid as hell, nigga. She would have never posted this nigga if she wasn't on that type of topic. Women are only loyal to their emotions.
So that we can try to see her in another light. So anyway, fighting indeed, I would say. He talking about he been fighting for Halo. Girl,
I'm fighting for my life.
All right, so for Halle, though, the final straw came just last week when she said she was vacationing with Halo and her sister in St. Lucia, which was just a few days ago. She says DDG texted her links to social media posts claiming she was on an island with singer Brent Faiyaz. I don't even know who that is. Sorry.
Ooh, y'all are really testing me on some stuff that I hate to say it. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know who this man is. I mean, he could be walking down the street. I wouldn't know a thing. Sorry to this man.
Haley replied, "Not with any man out here. I wouldn't do that. I have Halo. Please let me enjoy my Mother's Day in peace. I hope you're okay and feel better soon." Girl.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
Having to talk to a man in such a, "Oh, it's okay. I'm just enjoying." Like, the fact that she has to talk to him like that is just, ugh. The judge granted Haley a domestic violence restraining order requiring DDG to stay 100 yards away and give her permission to take nearly 18-month-old Halo to Italy, where she'll be filming a movie for 2 months. DDG also has to stop posting or streaming about her and their child. Haley claims her ex has been whipping his fans into a frenzy by trashing her when he live streams.
Guess what the fuck did he do? Look, I fucking known him for 2 weeks. He wouldn't fucking do something like that.
And yes, that is exactly what he's been doing. So yeah, you, all of your privileges have been revoked, my nigga. Absolutely not, girl. Okay, we've reached out to DDG's camp. No word back, which I'm sure it wouldn't be any word back because she said, keep my name out your mouth. That's what she said. And the judge agreed. And to all you pick me,
let's shut you up permanently.
Sit this one out, please. Thank you. Okay? Go drag it over there with them Diddy folks. All right? Go play over there in that little shit show. All right? So yeah, girl. Okay. Yeah, it's time for me to go ahead and go. But tell me what you think about this whole DDG case. Like, girl, should I talk about it some more? Because I kind of got a little bit more in the clip, girl. I got a little bit more. I want to empty out the clip and really dig into Haley. But I just wanted to come out here and say something about it because it has been on me for a few days now. And I just wanted to come out here and talk about the things. All right. So, girl, like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you are really about that life. And run it on down in the comments. Now, listen, girl, we could disagree, all right? That's fine, but keep it cute, okay? All right, girl. Well, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.